Hi guys, it's another new day. We are here to break down and analyze the things going on in society. And even though I never posted that video, I was talking about how we're going to talk about a lot of things going on. And today I want to talk about Laban, the systems of Laban. Now, people look at the things going on around this world, right? And I was listening to a message recently by Apostle Tomi Arayomi. He was saying that he was talking about how money is the root of all evil, every evil thing you see in this world, right? And people underestimate that fact, people underestimate that statement. Now, the system of Laban represents the system, the world system of doing business, the world system of operation. It is a system that is usually characterized by slavery. Slavery, and after years of slavery, one has really nothing to show for it. So you look at even the structures of government in the world, the structures of businesses in the world, right? Most of the people who slave at these workshops or slave at producing these things using their physical strength and energies, at the end of the day, they have nothing to show for it. Their children are still struggling to go to school. They are, they we give is like it's a system that uses the strength of people, the intelligence of people. It uses people and leaves them with nothing. Technically, like at the end of the day, you after everything you did, your job, you retire. All you did was try to survive, try to feed, while your entire intelligence, your life, your time, your dreams, everything about you died just so that you can build wealth for somebody else, for some people. And it doesn't care. It doesn't care about you. It doesn't care about anything it doesn't care about your dreams. It doesn't care. So it's structured in such a way that for you to survive, okay, like it's like a choice between your dream and your, what do you call it, your dream, your destiny, and your your desire to sustain yourself, what you will eat, what you will drink, what you will wear, all those kind of stuff. So most times when you see what government jobs or jobs do, is like, let's say you meet an artistic person, because I'm coming from an artistic perspective. Let's say you meet an artistic person who took a 9 to 5 job. Now, I don't have a problem with God telling you to go and take a 9 to 5 job if He tells you to take a 9 to 5 job. All I'm saying is, most times, these 9 to 5 jobs are our ways of surviving, because we do not have the resources to power our dreams, and we don't want, we we are not sure if we make the sacrifice of, ruggeding it, we might survive. Let me put it that way. When I say ruggeding it right now, like, I mean, like, taking the highway and be like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna chase this dream, whatever it is, I'm gonna go about it, like, I'm just gonna chase after it. Now that's where Laban comes in. laban Laban comes in, seeing that, okay, you're vulnerable, right? The systems, like, it says you're vulnerable. You don't have money. You are trying to survive. But it also recognizes that you are gifted. It also recognizes that, wait, you could be a money making machine. So what he does is he tries to make you feel comfortable. At first, tries to make you feel comfortable. Tries to make you feel like, I mean, you're like, for the situation of Laban. Laban was Jacob's uncle. So we're talking about family here, right? So in whatever situation you are in, right? As someone who has a dream, as someone who is trying to survive and at the same time has a dream, right? When people meet you and they realize your either gifts or callings or blessings, whatever it is, the first thing they try to do is to make you feel comfortable, especially when they see it as an opportunity to make themselves rich, right? Now, there's this thing they used to say, follow the money. The idea of follow the money is, if you want to know, like, if you want to actually catch perpetrators of every iniquity or evil in the world right now, there is a money that is trailing it. There's a money that is trailing it. There is a there's a there's a money that is being chased, or there's a money that is being paid for that to happen. If you follow the money, you will find the culprit, you will find the perpetrators, you will find all that. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this, first of all, to bring to your awareness what is going on, that either some people have observed, or some people have just taken it for granted. And many a times, people who talk about most of the things that we talk about right now are termed conspiracy theories. One thing I should tell you is, there's nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. Everything you see going on in the world right now has happened before. It's just that people don't listen. People think that everything happening to them, they're the first that it's happening to. The thing is, we don't learn from history. We want to choose how we want to live our lives. We don't want to check and say, okay, wait, this thing I'm about to do, this step I'm about to take, this road I'm about to take, these people I'm about to go into business with, these deals I'm about to enter, these contracts I'm about to sign. Who are these people? Who are they? What do they believe in? Who are they submitted to? What gods do they serve? And you see, most Christians, most times, it's not just Christians, like generally, right? Humans have a way of just, when we're desperate, we have a way of just overlooking the red lights. We don't want to check. We don't want to walk circumspectly. We forget that the days are evil. We forget that people are evil. We forget that the systems of Laban really doesn't care about you. All he cares about is that money. All he cares about is money. So who is Laban? Laban is Rachel's sister, who is Jacob and Esau's mother, right? That's if I'm not getting it wrong. Anyways, go and read for yourself. Start from Genesis, I think Genesis either from 26 or 27. Anyways, I start from 25, 26, 27, 28. He reached 30. I think till he reached 30, so they were still talking about Laban's matter. Right? They were still talking about Laban's matter. So Laban was this guy who from the beginning loved money. But I just observed it recently. Like, he loved money. He made sure he loved money. It was seen when Abraham went to get Laban is Rebecca's Laban is Rebecca's brother. That's the wife of Isaac. Now because I know I mixed something somewhere. So anyways, like, he's her brother, and I remembered, um, I remembered when they came, when Abraham's servant came for Rebecca. What happened was he met her by the well, and the first person to notice that they were by the well, right, was Laban. So it means that Laban's eye was always at where the well was. Now, this well represented what, like, their economy. Why will I say that? Because that was the source of water. Reminds me of Rango, right? Like, control the water, you control everything. Oh my God, right? Right? Control the water, control everything. So here is Laban, right? Looking at where they used to feed all the sheep from, like, the source of all their wealth. I mean, if there's sheep, there's no water, they will all die, right? So there's this guy standing at the well, and then he's talking to Rachel. Now, the way the Bible puts it, right, when Laban showed up to the well, because immediately it was like, who is this stranger coming to our well? He just shows up and he's looking. He starts to observe. My sister, they wear gold for nose, they wear golden rings, they put bracelets. Do you understand? He started observing. Then he now was looking at what was happening. He was observing. Oh, he was like, oh my God, money don't land. Do you understand? Like, it was over. And what was said was, he went and stood where the camels were. He went and stood where the camels were. I am so sure that those camels were the ones that were carrying the bag of gold and silver. They were the ones that were carrying the bag of gold and silver. And that guy stood there, right? Immediately, that was when he became nice. He was like, there's places for us to keep your camels. Don't worry, blah, 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 blah. That kind of stuff. Anyways, long story short, he welcomes the guy, right? He welcomes the guy. The guy starts to, all of a sudden, the guy gives a narration of, we want to, my master has sent me to get a wife for his son. My master is successful. He has money. He's this, he's that. He was gold. He was silver. He was that. Laban was looking at opportunity for business. But at that point, he was not calculating. I think it was through the night that he sat down to think about it. Right? Because the next day, after Laban and his family had agreed that they were going to release Rebecca to Isaac, they now came back again that they want the girl to stay for at least 10 days. They want the girl to at least stay for 10 days. So he attempted. Now, what the servant said would tell you what exactly was happening, because he said, do not hinder me. Do not hinder me from trying to do the bidding of my master. Right? Do not hinder, because he realized that it's like, these guys are trying to stop me from carrying this girl. Somehow, overnight, there was a discussion, and it was like, guys, money dey here. These people won't carry our pikin. Then get money, more will see how we take enough before these guys leave. So they decided that they were going to keep this guy for 10 days. Now, after he rebuked them for that, because you've already given me the girl, I've given you gold, I've given you silver, I've given the girl her gold, and I'm sure somehow they probably wanted to carry the gold that was given to the girl. You get? He was going to live with her. He was going to live with the lady, right? Like, they were all calculating, well, if he even collect the one where they this girl hand, where they even give her. Do you understand? You get? Like, we should just give it to her and just move. Next thing, what happens? They now said, okay, let the girl decide. Only God knows Only God knows. Probably they were praying that, maybe out of intimidation, because the girl is young, right? Out of intimidation, the girl will say, okay, let's go with my parents. Even the Rebecca, you will find out at the end of the line, she knew her people. She knew her people. I'm telling you, that girl knew her people. So she was like, I'll go with him. She knew her people. So she was like, I'll go with him. And she knew that even that one way they her hand, that he carry am. She has seen the patterns. She knows that her uncle loves money. She knows. And then she follows them to meet Isaac. Right? She follows them to meet Isaac. Now this is the sweet part of this gist. Right? Years later, now she follows them. Years later, there's a child born. His name is Jacob. The guy said, in hand no pure. He don't finish the steal in papa. He don't finish the steal in brother inheritance. Blessing, right? And he's running for his life because the brother had sworn that he's going to kill him. But God was with him. The blessing was already with him, right? The blessing was already with him. Already there was a prophecy upon him, right? So he was a child that God was already with. You get? Now he's running back to who? Laban. And Laban meets him and it's like, okay, for 1 month, this guy stays, right? This guy stays with Laban. Laban is observing this guy, right? As he's observing him, it's like, you're family. Let's chill. Let's do this. And then he tells him, you can't work for me for free. What do you want me to pay you for the work that is in your hand, that you're going to do for me when you're around? Said, I want Rachel, which is Laban's daughter. Now, remember, when Jacob arrived to Laban's place, he arrived at the well. And guess where he saw Rachel first? It was at the well. Everything happens at that place of trade. Everything happens at that place of trade. That well signified, it was like, that thing, like, it signified the place of trade. Where dream, like, because all of a sudden, like, they said, and when he saw Rachel, he went and kissed her. He went and kissed her. And then he wept. I don't know why I don't know what about that woman brought out all the things he did, like all the things he did in the house, they didn't say that guy wept. Like all the things that was going on, the threats going on, everything going, they didn't say that guy wept until he saw Rachel. That's to tell you how consumed that guy was with Rachel, right? And Rachel, for many of us, represents the dream. It may not be a person, it may be a dream. It is the purpose, the vision, right? The vision, like the birthing of, it may be the vision, it may be whatever it is, like that thing that we feel when we've gotten what we want in this life. That's what is going to give us fulfillment in this life. That's what is going to complete us. And Laban noticed that Rachel. And that was when Laban began to show his true colors. That was when he began to show the dubiousness of this system. By going on he told him, because Jacob was the one that said, I'm going to serve you for 7 years for this woman. And he served Laban for 7 years. And the way it was written, right, it felt like 7 days. That's how passionate he was. Like for him, he didn't send. Like time was just passing like wind. Let's keep going. He wasn't seeing the abuse. He wasn't seeing anything. All because I need to get Rachel. I need to get Rachel. I need to get Rachel. Rachel is what I'm looking for. Rachel is my dream. Rachel is my life.